talk about things happening at CMS
that aren't really great,
but we'd like to make them better.
Hey Chargers, this is Burkmeyer. I'm over on Team Thunder, and I'm here to talk to you about inappropriate language. First of all, inappropriate language, we all know what I'm talking about. We're talking cursing, cussing, using slurs, anything like that, using words to put down others. First thing, it reflects badly on you. You are only as good as the words you say, and you got to really think. Those words have power, and that is one of the main powers you have as a young adult. And you gotta think to yourself, do I want to use my words to help other people? Am I going to be the type of person who uses my words to encourage and to help and to lift others up? Or am I going to be the person who uses words to tear people down and to hurt their feelings? That's not who you want to be. You don't want to go through your life being a person who is only making things worse and is only making not only just Central, but your home, your friendships. You don't want to be the guy or the girl who's tearing people down. And one way you can really, really help out and lift up those around you is to not use inappropriate language to try to hurt other people. You do not want to be that person. You also don't want to have that happen to you. So we can all work together to clean up our language and to clean up our act and to make Central a more positive and inspiring place to be. And I think if we all did that, I think Central would be much better off, and your life would be a lot better off too. And my life would be a lot better off, and everyone would be good, and it would be awesome. So keep it clean, Chargers. Have fun out there and be safe. Burkmeyer out.
I'm Miss Kay. I'm from Adventure Science, and a lot of times whenever I'm out in the hallway during passing period or like before caps or right after the ninth period, I know a lot of us teachers hear a lot of profanity and people shouting like across the hallway to each other, and people we see people running around all the time, and it kind of just makes the hallway and passing period feel like not even like a school. It feels super chaotic and super stressful, and I know that like plenty of other people, I'm sure even other students I've talked to, like feel stressed out by it sometimes. And I think it's really important for Chargers, and I know Chargers are able to absolutely conduct themselves better as they're going through the hallways and be more respectful and considerate to the other people that are maybe just trying to get to class or need to get to their lockers or to the bathrooms or something like that.
Welcome to CMS Peer Referral Review, where we use real dean referrals from Central, where all identifying characteristics have been taken out, and we have students look at them to try to think of how they could have helped this situation. Go ahead and read the referral.
A student stood up in the middle of a class and said a vulgar sexual innuendo that the whole class could hear.
Okay, pick up your signs. Have you ever had this happen or seen this happen in a class here at Central? Okay, and then let's now ask the question, have you ever done something like this in a class, and have you ever made this choice? Okay, thank you for being honest. With what happened, does anybody have an idea of what this student could have done differently to have not gotten in trouble or had this situation happen?
They probably could have just kept it to themselves. They didn't really have the need to say that. They could have just passed without saying that.
Anybody else? Any other ideas? Any ideas on if you were a student in this classroom, how you could have helped this student not get to this point?
You could have asked for a second in the hallway just to calm down so you could blow off a little steam or have a stress toy or something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome to CMS Peer Referral Review, where we use real dean referrals from Central, where all identifying characteristics have been taken out, and we have students look at them to try to think of how they could have helped this situation. Go ahead and read the referral.
A student stood up in the middle of a class and said a vulgar sexual innuendo that the whole class could hear.
Okay, pick up your signs. Have you ever had this happen or seen this happen in a class here at Central? Okay, and then let's now ask the question, have you ever done something like this in a class, and have you ever made this choice? Okay, thank you for being honest. With what happened, does anybody have an idea of what this student could have done differently to have not gotten in trouble or had this situation happen?
They probably could have just kept it to themselves. They didn't really have the need to say that. They could have just passed without saying that.
Anybody else? Any other ideas? Any ideas on if you were a student in this classroom, how you could have helped this student not get to this point?
You could have asked for a second in the hallway just to calm down so you could blow off a little steam or have a stress toy or something else.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, here we are back at the handbook. In our handbook, under General Rules and Expectations of All Students, you will find this expectation. It's under D and J. So D says being disrespectful, intimidating, using profanity, vulgar language, obscene gestures, or any type of hand signs or signals in the presence of any other individual will not be tolerated. J reads name-calling, ethnic, racial slurs, and derogatory statements which are considered hate speech that school officials have reasonable cause to believe will substantially disrupt the school program or incite violence are not allowed. So what does that look like? If you come to my office with a referral with one of these on there. Okay, so you've come to the office and you have a write-up for verbal abuse or racial slurs. Let's start with verbal abuse. At this point, teachers have given you reminders. Stop using that word in the hall. Stop using that word here or there. And now they're done. They feel like you've had plenty of warnings. So you get a write-up for verbal abuse. You can get Friday school. I've also given after-school detention. And then if that verbal abuse is targeted towards a teacher or somebody, an adult in our building, we look more seriously into like in-school suspensions, out-of-school suspensions, and that kind of thing. Racial slurs is completely different. It is dictated by our school corporation. So your first incident of using a racial slur or any kind of hate speech gets you 3 days of out-of-school suspension. A second offense is 5 days of out of school, and then a third offense, we write up the paperwork for expulsion. So that is what we've got for verbal abuse and racial slurs.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
What's the worst thing you've ever done in school?
When I was in high school, I got into a fight over a blue jean miniskirt. The teacher broke it up before it got too serious, and then I got sent to the juvie detention center over by East for 1 whole day. It was terrifying. What? It was a stupid decision to make. And it was a stupid action. Don't ever do that.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay, what's the worst thing you've ever done in school?
When I was in high school, my junior year of high school, my father, Mr. Rogers, was the band director at East, and in jazz band we were told to practice a piece, and I did not practice it for 2 weeks, and when we finally got around to playing it, I played it very badly, and I was the bassist, and he was so mad at me that he wanted to throw a music stand at me, and he did. So, yeah, that's it.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay. What's the worst thing you've ever done in school?
Oh, well, once we had to turn our homework in. You had to put your, you folded your piece of paper and you stuck your homework in your little box, and then you were allowed to go outside to recess. And so I was like, oh man, I don't have my homework done. But I really love going outside. I mean, all you folks here at Central know, I love going So what I did is I took a blank sheet of paper and I stuck it in the mailbox. And so the teacher saw that it was a blank piece. Oh, so then I got to go out to recess. And she went and checked all the papers while we were out. And when I came back in from recess, there was a big note on the board that said, "Ethan, see me." So I had to go see my teacher, and I wasn't allowed to go out to recess the rest of the week, which was devastating.
Shame on you. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Ooh. What's your best impression of Mr. Payne?
Hey, let's make it a great day, Chargers. Choice is always yours. Hey, it's a great day to be a Charger.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay, what's the worst thing you've ever done in school?
Probably it was about third grade, playing tag on the playground, and I was on one side of a teeter-totter, and the kid was on the other side, and my side was up, and he was down like this, and I slammed it down, and it hit his chin, and busted his chin open, and I didn't have to have recess for a while.
Shame on you.
I know.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
I dare you to give your best impression of Mr. Payne.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Payne!
Alright guys, this is when we say thanks for watching the recharge. Check us out again. Same recharge time, same recharge channel.
Where are you guys
Thanks for
going?
watching.
Oh,
Ready to go.
Yeah, nothing bad. See ya.
Is that good?